Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. If some analysts are correct, then the price action of XRP is about to melt your damn face off, girl. Apparently, we're at according to one analyst, which I'm going to show you towards the beginning part of this video, we are perhaps in the part of the market cycle known as Disbelief, which is right before the part where it just goes, whoosh, and you know what that sound is, right? Whoosh, parabolic. That's the parabolic sound. So it's going to be interesting. There's all sorts of stuff to share in this video. It's pretty much all price related. I do want to be clear that I don't have a financial background. I am not offering financial advice of any time, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I just enjoy talking about this stuff and making YouTube videos. That is all that it is. If you would please delicately tap the like button, I would definitely appreciate the support. And if you are a fan of XRP going, whoosh, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel. I'll tell you what, at a minimum, you will certainly be in good company because this is an XRP-centric channel. Now, at the time I'm recording this, XRP is at 25.1 cents. Bitcoin is at $13,710.39. And so it's been pumping up a fair bit today. Here's a 24-hour chart for Bitcoin on the screen. And I like seeing this because I'm not a maximalist, and I would like Bitcoin to do well. I think if a Bitcoin does well, ultimately it's going to lift up the entire cryptocurrency asset class, of which XRP is a part. And historically, we have seen, in terms of price action and timing, XRP lags behind Bitcoin. And so there's a couple ways that you can phrase that. So I typically, on my channel, historically anyway on my channel, I've just labeled it as XRP's a laggard in terms of price action to Bitcoin. And that's provably true. You can look at it on a chart, certainly. And it just trades in a little bit more range bound for a longer period of time than other top 10 cryptocurrencies. And most of the time, over the last 8 years or so that XRP's existed, it's been almost 8 years, XRP has been among, typically, typically the least correlated to Bitcoin price action, even though it is tethered together undeniably. And it's not static. Sometimes XRP moves in a more correlated fashion. Sometimes it doesn't. These are well-known facts to this point. And so another way to word it, though, is that XRP's relative position to the United States dollar in recent days has remained relatively flat, while Bitcoin's price action relative to the United States dollar has increased, which means it takes more XRP to buy Bitcoin. If you were going to buy XRP, or buy Bitcoin rather with XRP, it's going to take a lot more of it now, even though XRP's price hasn't been declining. So what I'm talking about is an XRP/BTC pair. And what we have seen, and we saw this in 2017, Bitcoin ramped way up in terms of price. And then on the XRP BTC chart, XRP not looking so hot. It really wasn't looking so hot until suddenly it was. And when it hits a certain level, it's just like, psh, it's like, I always joke, it's like XRP is in a hose and the hose is kinked. And then when you let it, unkink the hose, it's like a bunch of XRP just squirts out of it. That's kind of what it's like. It's a silly analogy, but that's kind of what it's like right here. And so take a look at this tweet from chart analyst DIY Investing. And this is awesome. So what he did is he took the actual XRP chart over the last X number of years and applied the concept of the Wall Street cheat sheet to it, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with, but this will be fun. Let me go through this. So here's what he tweeted out. XRP and the Wall Street cheat sheet are the, quote, emotional psychology of a market cycle. I constantly hear so much hate around this crypto, and I never understand why. This is the part of the cycle nobody gives a S word, but everyone should be. Now comes the fun part, smiley face. And so I'll briefly run through what the Wall Street cheat sheet is, because I know that not everybody's going to know what it is. It's on your screen right here. I just blew it up. And so this came from Time magazine, and I don't know when, I could be mistaken, but I thought there was a timestamp on this damn thing, but I guess not, or date rather would be the right way to word that. I think it was it's old enough, I could be wrong, but I think it's old enough that it's before the cryptocurrency asset class even existed. So really this would be more heavily applied to the stock market, but it's the same thing. It's humans with the same DNA doing the speculative thing that they do, in an asset class, in this case with crypto, where there's this frenzy around it, and it moves at, so that's one reason it moves at this exaggerated pace compared to any other asset class, because it's exciting, it's the new technology, but also because trading is 24/7, 365. It doesn't stop. Whereas with stock markets, Certainly here in the new U.S., it's during business hours, Monday through Friday. So so you have some time to get some additional action, and then you'll get through these emotional market cycles quicker here. And so the whole concept of this is the emotions that people go through as prices go up and then ultimately go back down, but then back up. Because you typically, if there's going to be an asset that's going to have some sort of staying power over X amount of time, when it comes back down, frequently it has a higher low at least anyway, which we have seen with crypto, certainly with Bitcoin and XRP throughout market cycles. But you can see there's a hope phase after disbelief, because look, people. Here's the beginning. People get crushed. Oh my God, the price is all down here where I'm circling. But then there's hope. Oh, a recovery is possible. And then there's optimism. This rally is real. And then there's belief as it goes up even higher. Time to get fully invested. Now look at this. Do you see where people start to get convinced? It's after most of the positive price action has already happened. I've been accumulating down here where I'm circling. If this were the XRP, well, here's the actual XRP chart. Okay, let's get to the recent part. All down here for years and years and years. And other people aren't going to start really paying attention to it until it gets back up to this is obviously the 2017 run up, but it's going to, when you have a parabolic run that looks like this next time, this is where I believe people are going to be jumping in again, just like they did last time. And there are people all the way up, but you kind of got the cut 'em out jib, right? And then at the top, it's just pure euphoria. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I'm a genius. We're all going to be rich. And that's the exact wrong time to buy. That's where everybody else that planned down at the bottom, like me, for example, will be selling. At least I'm never going to sell all my XRP, but I plan to unload on the way up. I'm not worried about timing markets per se, but yeah, absolutely. That's certainly part of the plan. I think it's okay to be long on something and also realize profits. You can do both simultaneously. It's okay. It doesn't mean that you're no longer confident in XRP long term just because you want to realize some profits and maybe reduce, kind of shuffle your risk around if you want to. I don't have a problem with any of that. Do whatever you want. I'm not offering financial advice. I'm just saying for myself, I don't think there's anything ethically, morally wrong with that. Just do what you feel is right for yourself, right? And ideally, not from an emotional point of view, and hopefully maybe get advice from somebody who is a financial professional, which I certainly am not. But you can see on the way down here, you experience complacency, then anxiety, denial, panic, and oh my gosh, depression at the bottom here. But then, if it's an asset that's not going away, Bitcoin, XRP, well, what happens? It starts to rally. And then, so what do people think when it starts to rally a little bit? It's just disbelief. This is a sucker's rally. So compare this emotional psychology chart right here from Time Magazine that's on your screen. Also on your screen is the real price action for XRP. Do they look similar? They look fairly similar, right? Because it's not like it's going to look literally like the time one, but it looks pretty damn close, right? So where do you think we are? Are we in the disbelief phase? Well, DIY investing clearly thinks the answer is yes. And what is next? Beginning of a parabolic price action cycle. And we'll see if it actually happens. Again, I don't make predictions, but I do believe in the general concept of these market cycles, and Time Magazine does as well, clearly. And that's the reason this Wall Street, words are hard, Wall Street. Yep, I got it that time, and then I second-guessed myself. Wall Street cheat sheet. That's why it's been circulated so heavily, especially in the world of crypto. It's worth understanding these things. This is just how humans behave, and so I'm going to do the opposite of what the people do in terms of buying high and then selling low. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to buy low, which I have been doing, and then I will sell when it's high. And I will outpatient everyone else, because I know this stuff takes time. And in my humble opinion, that's perfectly okay. But look what happened. Where I'm circling, right here, this is 2017 into early 2018 for XRP. This is where people's faces were freaking melted off. Do you really think that's going to be the last time? I'm asking you. I personally don't think it's the last parabolic move for XRP. I think it'd be super weird if we never hit an all-time high. It would be weird if we never entered price discovery ever again. I think that would be odd for a ton of reasons, including the fact there's real-world utility, and even if you don't want to buy into that, XRP simply and provably, in my opinion, is just following the price action of Bitcoin, and I believe that Bitcoin is going to have another parabolic rally. So, and I think Bitcoin's going to lead the market, and then what you're going to see on the XRP/BTC pair, I think you're going to see the gap widen. I think you're going to see people freak out. Oh my God, I could have been making all this money with other cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, that are going up, blah, 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 blah. And then people are going to sell at exactly the wrong time, and then XRP is going to take off, which I saw happen firsthand in 2017 Will Moon Lambo be participating in such a fashion? No, thank you, sir or madam. Moon Lambo shall not be doing that. Not a freaking chance in hell. Here's a tweet from a fellow XRP YouTuber, Blockchain Backer, who is a chart analyst, and wrote, it's been a fun ride for Bitcoin. I expect there's still more left to the upside. If for some reason we don't see a face-melting moon mission liftoff into all-time high, here's what my rational expectations would be. This is also where I expect to see some significant action in altcoins. And here's the chart that he had associated with this. This is the Bitcoin/USD chart. So he does seem to think, if I'm reading him right, and from what he's been saying on his channel of late, that it's more likely to go up. But if not, maybe it goes down to where he has this level here, 11,757. So maybe that's in the cards. But even if so, it doesn't change what they've all been saying, all these analysts that I've been following, in terms of the macro trend. And that's why none of this is a crystal ball. It's more about probability of outcomes. And so I think that sometimes people, especially if they're new to all this stuff, they think that people that are doing chart analysis, they're just supposed to be able to nail everything, and it's supposed to be gospel. And I'm just like, what's the probability of outcomes? You can't there's no way you're going to get every single thing right, even in terms of the way you suspect something might go. But it doesn't mean that there isn't something to it necessarily. So I always find this type of stuff fascinating. But I will just say, in my humble opinion, this is why I will continue to be patient, and I love talking about this stuff, and I will continue to run this YouTube channel, because when this does happen, I want to be here to be celebrating with my fellow XRP community members, because I firmly believe that it's going to happen. And if I'm wrong, fine, I get it, high risk, I could lose everything, fine, got it. But I don't think I'm wrong. I am Mr. XRP Bull for a reason. I am not going to sell no matter how negative price gets. I am going to hold stronger than anyone you've ever freaking not met who is on the internet. That's a fun way to word that, right? I am going to hold, period. Because I understand market cycles, and I know that XRP is following Bitcoin, and I know eventually people are going to value utility in a much more notable way, and I know that XRP has utility, so whenever that flips and people weight the importance of that utility in a much more notable fashion, I'm already holding the damn thing. Super duper. And if things start going south in terms of adoption for XRP, fine, I'll shout it from the rooftops on this channel, but I don't see it. If you find it, share it with me, because we all deserve to know if we're invested here. That's why anytime there's any bad news around Ripple or XRP, I'm going to talk about it. This is not a hype channel. This is not about all, rainbows and puppies and ice cream and Skittles or whatever the hell you like that's positive sounding. It's not what it is. I want it to be real. There's enough great stuff going on in the ecosystem to be genuinely happy. We don't need all the extra fluff. I'm excited enough just with the reality of what is actually occurring here. And I really firmly believe at some point Bitcoin's going to take off. XRP, I believe, will lag behind for some amount of time. People get pissed off. A lot of people are going to sell at exactly the wrong time, and then XRP is going to rock. That would be my guess. I don't know what the timeline's going to be. I don't know where it's going to go in terms of price action, but I certainly suspect we're going to see a rally, like the rally that we saw in 2017 in December. I suspect that's going to look like a blip on the radar in the future. I don't know. And maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. And that's why I've invested accordingly. But you got to do what's right for you. That's why I'm never going to tell somebody to buy or sell or hold or anything of the sort. You just do your own research, talk to financial professionals. I'm just sharing my opinion because it's fun to talk about this stuff, and I firmly believe where I'm coming from, and I will tell anyone that. But that is it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!